Point Care Orientation. My name's Kathy Slusher.
Hey, I'm Brad Bonner, and here are some rules and guidelines for this fall.
These are the Point Care regulations. All students are required to wear a mask in public spaces. Practice social distancing guidelines at all times, even in classrooms, stairwells, or living facilities. Be sure to follow the directional signs within Point buildings. Wash and sanitize your hands regularly.
Community is an important part of your educational experience at Point University, and residence life is a foundational part of our structure. Building upon our family-like community, Point has adopted a Skyhawk family and flock system designed to significantly reduce the risk of virus exposure while maintaining many of the community aspects of campus life. In addition to the new flock system, increased cleaning, installing sanitation stations, providing assigned bathrooms in the living areas, prohibiting guests from all residential spaces, and creating special housing for those students who may need to isolate from others when medically necessary are additional safety measures the university will take to safeguard the health and well-being of those who live on campus. The adaptation of Skyhawk families and flocks provides students the opportunity to still enjoy living and interacting together in communal settings, specifically living areas, the cafeteria, and athletic facilities. Families will be created of groups of no more than 10 Skyhawks from the same team or group. Skyhawk family members will be housed together or in close proximity to one another, and while social distancing and face coverings are encouraged, they are not required within family groups. Flocks are comprised of 2 Skyhawk families and will provide an additional layer of security as various campus services such as meal times will be scheduled in shifts by flock. Every effort will be made to structure daily campus life around Skyhawk families and flocks to maintain students' well-being physically, mentally, and spiritually. In light of this, students are reminded their personal choices will have profound impact upon the members of their Skyhawk family and flock, and as such, high level of personal and group accountability will be maintained at all times.
As students settle into their living areas, room configurations which allow for head to foot staggering are encouraged.
Move-in will be spread out over multiple days. Assigned days and times have been created utilizing the family flock structure and allow for appropriate social distancing. For everyone's safety, the following protocols must be followed. All students sign up for a move-in slot on the day assigned to their specific group. Skyhawk family and flock names will be sent at a later date. However, move-in details have been coordinated based upon family structure. Students will not be permitted to sign up for a move-in slot until they have been cleared by the following offices: admissions, financial aid, student accounts, registrar's office, and housing. Check-ins will be conducted outside whenever possible, weather and location permitting. Only students will be permitted to check in with their CLM at their living area to receive their key. Once they have obtained their key, each student is permitted to bring 2 family members to assist them with moving in their belongings. Face coverings will be required in all buildings and load-in parking areas during move-in. Students will be limited to 1 2-hour time block to complete their move-in and settle. Once the 2 hours are up, everyone must vacate the area to allow for cleaning and preparation for the next group. Students will not be allowed to re-enter their living area until 7 p.m. that evening, so please plan accordingly. Please avoid congestion in the living area hallways and stairways, and practice social distancing of 6 feet or more during move-in. Connect leaders and volunteers will not participate in move-in.
Room occupancy has been determined for each living area based upon the structure and design of the building, airflow systems, and Skyhawk family flock structure. Medical-based exceptions to the housing policy will be granted to those who are unable or unwilling to commit to the group and accountability required to keep families and flocks a safe environment for all Skyhawks. There are 2 things you need to know. Common areas and lounges and kitchen spaces will be closed in our traditional style residence halls. Masks or face coverings will be all required in common spaces except for your personal room.
Social distancing and wearing facial coverings is encouraged when students are living in traditional style residence halls or visiting the rooms of other students on their hall, for example, in their family. At this time, students are not permitted to enter a living area, traditional style residence hall, or apartment other than the one to which they have been assigned. Students who live in apartment style housing are permitted to visit the apartments of students who are in their same point family. Social distancing and wearing facial coverings is encouraged during these visits. Students who live in the apartments may not enter the traditional style residence halls or apartments which belong to any student who is not in their point assigned Skyhawk family. No outside guests, including point commuters or family or friends of residents, are permitted in the living areas. Students are not permitted to spend the night in any apartment or dormitory other than the one which they have been assigned.
Virtual events, small gatherings which allow for social distancing and safety precautions, and outdoor events which allow health safety protocols will be provided throughout the semester.
Residential spaces have been set aside for students who are unable to return home in case they are required to quarantine or isolate in accordance to the Port Care policies. Housing will coordinate quarantine and isolation assignments on an as-need basis. Once assigned, students must remain in their quarantine and isolation housing assignment until they have received clearance from Student Life to leave. The university will provide enhanced cleaning services in all public common spaces. In addition, sanitation stations have been installed in high traffic areas. Students are responsible to clean and sanitize their own living spaces and personal items and must provide their own supplies to do so. Regular cleanliness checks and health and safety inspections will be conducted to ensure cleaning standards are being maintained.
Students should bring 3 to 5 face masks or face coverings and change them daily and launder them after use. They should also bring a thermometer, fever-reducing medication like Tylenol or ibuprofen, and basic cold medications. Hand sanitizer for personal use, Clorox wipes and cleaning supplies to sanitize their own living areas and personal items, bathroom and kitchen cleaning supplies, and paper supply products.
Campus housing will close on Friday, November the 20th at 12 o'clock noon for Thanksgiving break and will not reopen until the spring semester begins in January. Monday, January 4th. Hardship housing appeals will be available through Student Life at the beginning of November. Please note, appropriate accommodations will be made for winter athletes once the NEI provides more information related to their season. Thank you so much. Can't wait to get you here on campus. Go Skyhawks.
Hi Point family, I'm happy to be talking to you today and telling you about our plans for the fall. You've probably already heard, but we're adopting what we're calling the unbounded model for the fall. And the unbounded model takes the best of both worlds. It takes the best of personal interaction in person and the best of online education and brings them together so that we can create an experience that keeps you safe and gives you the best education possible. This unbounded plan has 3 core features. First, we have flexible instruction. And what we mean by that is that we will deliver your content on our new learning management system, Canvas, and we will couple that with great in-person experiences in the classroom to help you unpack and deepen and apply that knowledge. The second thing we're going to do and pay a lot of attention to in the fall is radical availability. We know that you have tons of stuff going on in your life right now, and that you just need faculty and staff to be present to you to help you navigate all of this. And so we're making an even greater commitment than normal to be available to you and present. And we're also committing to give each and every one of you focused personal attention. We know that paying attention to you and your situation is necessary for helping you succeed in this semester, which is new for all of us. Another great change we're bringing to you this fall is we're moving from a 16-week class session to 8-week class sessions. What this is going to mean is that we'll have 2 class sessions per semester. And in each class session, you will take probably 2 or 3 classes, where before you would have taken 4 or 5 at the same time. This means that you're going to be able to focus on your classes more than you would have in the past, but that the classes will be a little longer. Another great thing about this model is that you'll have more flexibility to arrange your schedule to fit your life. Maybe you want to take 1 fewer class during the peak part of your athletic season. That's now possible because we have more sessions per academic year. In order to keep everybody safe this semester, we're going to ask that you enter and exit the classroom in a specific way. Don't worry, this is not going to be as confusing or as maddening as entering and exiting a plane carrying your bags. It's going to be pretty simple, actually. We ask that when you enter a classroom, you fill up the seats from front to back, and that when a class is dismissed, you leave from back to front. That'll keep us from crossing paths too much or congregating at the door. This fall, in order to keep you safe, we're trying to limit the amount of times people leave campus and go home and come back. And one of the major ways we're doing this is we are moving the classes fully online after Thanksgiving break. So when you go home for Thanksgiving break, you'll be home for the rest of the semester. You can eat as much as you want and wear your elastic waistbanded pants and be happy. Well, on second thought, many of you wear those pants to class anyway, so that might not be a big change. Have a great Thanksgiving. Students, we're going to need everybody to help keep each other safe this fall. And so I want to ask you personally to follow these guidelines. They're not optional, but we would really love it if when you enter a classroom and are in class, if you abide by all of the social distancing and mask guidelines without having to be asked. This will help keep you safe, it'll help keep your peers safe and your professors. Thanks for helping us.
My name is Holly Hartnett. I'm the Assistant Director here at Point University in the Financial Aid Department, and I would like to provide some financial aid information for you. You would be able to submit your verification documents and any other financial documents that we would need through the system called Campus Logic. This would be at point.verifymyfafsa.com. This helps us secure documents from you. It makes it easier for us to receive and quicker. After we review your verification, we will then process your documents, process your aid onto your account, but the aid will now be applied based on our new system. The new system and the new ways that the students are attending school, instead of the full 16 weeks, it is now going to be divided and split up to where 8 weeks will be in one session and then 8 weeks will be in another session, but it will all equal one semester. So now you'll have 2 days that will be drop add. We process aid on the drop add date. In order to receive your aid, you have to be actively enrolled in a certain amount of credits to receive your aid. So if the first 8 weeks in the first session, if you're enrolled in 4 credits, you have to be in 6 credits in order for us to process your federal student loans. So we would not be able to process your federal student loans until the second session. That is when you will be actively in 6 credits. If you're a Georgia resident, you're going to be eligible for some state aid. So your state aid, which would be the Georgia Tuition Equalization Grant, You must be enrolled, actively enrolled, for 12 credits in order to receive that grant. So that grant would not be processed until the second session, which is the second part of your semester. The original way that we used to do it for our returning students would all be all at once. We would just do it that one drop add date, you would get one lump sum, but because of the changes, you're gonna have to wait a little longer to receive your aid. You can reach us Monday through Friday, 706-385-1018, and provide your information, and they will connect you to your financial aid representative. If we're not available, please leave us a message. We'll get right back to you, or you can email us at financial.aid@point.edu. Thank you and have a great year.
Hey everyone, my name is Adam Dahl. I'm the head athletic trainer here at Point University.
Hey y'all, my name is Carrie Washburn and I am one of the assistant athletic trainers here.
In preparation for your return to campus, these are some of the new guidelines and regulations for COVID-19.
Masks will be worn inside all athletics facilities.
Athletes will receive COVID education and baseline screening prior to every practice.
Every morning, you will be asked to fill out a symptom screening questionnaire, and every day you will have your temperature taken.
Wash your hands before and after every practice.
There will be sport-specific cleaning protocols for all equipment used during practices. If you are flagged during a symptom screen or a temperature check, you will be isolated immediately and referred to a medical provider. There's a full plan and protocol of care here.
There are notification channels that we'll be using to notify all appropriate personnel if you have come in contact with a known case.
Thanks so much for listening. We can't wait to have you guys back on campus. Go Skyhawks!
Point care regulations for the dining hall. The dining hall will be rearranged to ensure social distancing. There will be one entrance and one exit only. The service line will flow in and out for each station. There will be no condiments or napkins on the tables to reduce shared touching. And there will be a maximum number of guests allowed in the dining room at one time. We will follow the CDC recommendations. Some key points to note. On our menu selection, there will be complete meals that will be ready to pick up and go to speed up service. We are eliminating the self-serve stations. There will be hand sanitizing stations at the entrance of the dining hall and at the serving stations. We will have reduced capacity in seating to ensure social distancing. For traffic flow, please use the floor stickers to help guide you through the service lines and the exit. All team members will be wearing masks and gloves. Team members will also follow a thorough cleaning schedule. Rest assured that your SAGE team is taking this seriously. They will be doing daily temperature checks and health screenings for each employee. They also will be wearing appropriate masks and gloves at designated workstations. Safety and sanitation are our main priorities. For the fall 2020 semester, we will not open up to the general public. We will only feed the Point University staff, faculty, and students. Per the Point University policy, masks will be required to be worn in the dining hall, and then you can take them off when you're seated and ready to eat. We will continue to use the normal plates, cups, and utensils to minimize waste and increased cost of paper goods. If you have any questions, you can email Bill Bain at the dining hall.
Thank you for watching this video,
If you have any questions or concerns, please email pointcare@point.edu.
or visit our website point.edu/pointcare.